Talent Search Cymru is back.
I saved every letter you wrote me. From the moment I read them, I knew you were mine. You said you were mine. I thought you were mine. Do you know what Angelica said when we first saw your letter arrive? She said, be careful with that one, love. It will do what it takes to survive. You and your words flooded my senses. Your sentences left me defenseless. You built me palaces out of paragraphs. You built cathedrals. I'm rereading the letters you wrote me. I'm searching and scanning for answers in every line, for some kind of sign when you were mine. The world seemed to burn. You published the letters she wrote you. You told the whole world how you brought this girl into our bed. In clearing your name, you've ruined our lives. Do you know what Angelica said when she read what you'd done? She said, you have married an Icarus. He is flown too close to the sun. You and your words obsessed with your legacy. Your sentences border on senseless. And you are paranoid in every paragraph, how they perceive you. You. I'm erasing myself from the narrative. Let future historians wonder how Eliza reacted when you broke her heart. You've torn it apart, I'm watching it burn. Watching it burn. The world has no right to my heart. The world has no place in our bed. They don't get to know what I said. I'm burning the memories, burning the letters that might have redeemed you. You forfeit a place in my heart. You forfeit a place in our bed. You'll sleep in your office instead, with only the memories when you were mine. I hope that you
That was a really pretty vocal and performance. It's definitely one of your best to date. You sang with a lot of classical technicalities, like your vibrato in that was stunning. It was really stunningly controlled as well. Also, your diction was crystal clear. Like, I understood every word perfectly. I just think the issue is that like over the last couple of weeks, everything we've heard has been a bit like repetitive. Like, we haven't really got to hear many sides of your voice, and we haven't really got to hear like you sing different styles for us to hear like them different sides of your voices. So I think going on in the future, maybe look into like quite different song choices, and like look at the ones like you wouldn't normally look at, because then maybe they'd be the ones to like showcase your voice to the best of his ability. But yeah, nevertheless, you've smashed it, and it was a pleasure to meet you.
Hi Ellen, I think you had a really good performance this week. Your vibrato was really, really strong in this performance. Your diction was absolutely incredible. You pronounced everything really clear, everything was crystal, you had the right amount of emphasis. And I liked the fact that you explored sort of like, you know, the light and shade, and showed off that softer side of your voice. for me, I can hear so much potential in you. You have this really sort of like unique tone, but I don't feel that we've heard it at the best at the moment. And I think that's due to song choice. You sort of like remind me a little bit of like Florence and the Machine, London Grammar. So for me, I'd really like you to explore sort of like that modern sort of sound and really find out where we can bring that tone out, because I think once you do that, it's just going to be so beautiful.
Hiya Ellen. First of all, I want to start off with saying, wow, what a fantastic performance. Although this was a little bit different, doing it from home, I do believe the benefits for you came out to this, because for probably the first time we've seen in this process, there was literally no nerves at all showing in this performance. And I think that made a huge difference to how you sounded, how you used your voice. The track itself, in what you selected this week, was definitely a route of music I recommend you kind of commit yourself into a little bit more. Out of all the tracks we've done, and we've seen lots of different styles from you, I think out of all of them, this is definitely the route that shows you off best. So yeah, in terms of all the performances you've done today, this is by far your best performance, 100% hands down. This particular night, this show, we saw a lot of people step up. So this performance in particular, although it sounded fantastic, as a competition, and from what the girls may have noticed and may have seen, is that there hasn't been a huge improvement. It's just steady little steps. And I think that's maybe why the votes went to you to leave. But nevertheless, it takes nothing away from your talent, what you've done this season. You need to be really, really proud of yourself, because I want to thank you personally for what you've brought to us this season, and continue to grow. If I'm going to give you a little bit of advice on what you could take from this, because I don't want you to leave with nothing, I would just simply recommend to, like I've said in previous weeks, open your voice a little bit more when you're doing the top notes. I've mentioned in the past, about working with Louise, maybe just to use the top notes of your voice. Other than that, fantastic. Be proud of yourself, what you've achieved, and thank you so much for being part of this series. Apply now at www.musicwales.org.